I was gone for a minute, now I'm back now. Welcome back. I said, welcome back. 2 weeks ago, welcome back. Last episode, welcome back. Okay. Hello. Welcome back to the Zoom Out podcast. My name just so happens to be Vaughn Johnson Baptiste, and today you are listening to the greatest podcast, the Zoom Out podcast. The podcast where basically I just come in here and talk to you guys for about an hour, and we basically just, I don't know, man. It's my audio diary. So, I mean, if you came over here to listen to me yap, I appreciate you. Anyway, today, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't been recording in a minute. It's quite literally been since, I'd say, before, or at least after the last episode with Professor Shug. I had a good conversation with her. I feel like I'm hoping whoever listened to that episode really enjoyed it. We had a good talk about political stuff with like just what's been going on in politics recently, and she's way more versed about it on there, on her podcast, The Handbasket with Carla Barquero. So, I mean, if you guys really do decide that you really enjoy that type of talking and that type of conversations, and you don't want to hear me blabble on about something I'm not extremely familiar with, please go over there and listen to her and Carla Barquero have their conversations. They just had a professor that also works here at Widener called Professor Tshabe. Professor Tshabe definitely had some good dialogue about the topics that they were talking about. So yes, please, if you guys have a want to listen to that type of stuff, please go over there and listen to that. The episode most likely is going to be out by the time this one is already up. So I mean, I'm late, but it's most likely out already. And I actually helped out with that podcast. I was actually the person that helped record it and all that type of stuff. So I mean, if you guys go over there, you're most likely just still helping me out a little bit, getting into my bag when it comes to this podcasting stuff. But that is not what we're here to talk about today. How are we doing, guys? It's been a solid minute since I've been recording. I've been super busy trying to, graduate. So I just feel like it was about that time that I finally recorded something. I kind of felt bad because I've been on this for so long, like consistently, and out of nowhere, 2 weeks flew by. By the time I paid attention to it, it was already Thursday and I didn't have anything recorded. And then the second Thursday came and I didn't have anything recorded. And then it was like this week, today is Monday. No, today is Tuesday. And I'm like, holy, it's been a minute. So I decided, let me get you guys this episode. And this is going to be a good one, at least in my opinion. I know I'm super late with all the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, but I mean, hey, I've enjoyed the I've talked about it with other people. So, I mean, it's about time I probably come on the podcast and like have the conversation, especially since the episode that was before Mariah Shug was about my predictions or like what was going to happen. And that's this time in the third, but I'm gonna start with how I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty good as of right now. I'm trying my best still to, make sure everything is going smoothly. I'm still heavily struggling in some areas, but I mean, I still have hope that I'm going to be able to do it. I know my ability and I know what I'm going to be able to do and what I'm not able to do. So if I stay on my P's and Q's and figure out what's going on with myself, I'll definitely get better and I'll be able to hopefully squeeze out of this semester a very solid amount of grades, a solid couple grades, whatever, so that, it looks good when I walk on that stage. And I do intend on walking on that stage, or else I'm going to either get yelled at by my mother, my girlfriend, or quite literally anyone else who knows Vaughn. So anyway, I'm telling you, it's been a minute since I recorded, so I am Yap City right now. My fault. I might be a little too loud as well. I apologize. But today I wanted to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to be talking about some music stuff, some movies, I believe, and we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl. Actually, the Super Bowl is the first topic. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So this episode, I wanted to talk about the Eagles putting the BTA belt to ass on on the Chiefs. Oh my God, that was such a great game. So the game ended off with the score of 40-22 with the Eagles winning their second ring in the past 7 years. They've definitely thank you so much to this team for for making it so that twice in my lifetime I have seen the team that I have been rooting for actually make it to the Super Bowl and also just play crazy good football the entirety of the time with people constantly hating on the team for whatever given reason that they decide to have. So I just kind of wanted to like just give their flowers, especially since I'm actually wearing a hoodie right now. So let's just go through it. Like there was a pregame, and there was just constant glaze on Mahomes. It was like he was the guy that everyone wanted to talk about the entire time, and diminishing anybody else that was there. They kept talking about him and his connection with Tom Brady, and especially since Tom Brady was the one that was actually also commentating during the entire thing. So it kind of makes sense because Tom Brady is like him, and then Mahomes is trying to get to that point with the amount of rings that he's gotten. So I mean, it is what it is. And it's understandable to an extent, but it was just like, oh my God. And they kept going on with this three-peat nonsense where it was like, oh my God, how does it feel to know that you're going to be able to get the three-peat, 3 different Super Bowls at the same, like back to back? How does that feel to be the first one to ever be able to do that? This, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, y'all are really gassing this man right now. And the funniest part about it is the fact that most of his wins have always been from a second shot, getting a second shot on the second quarter, or not the second quarter, but the second half of the game. And it's just like, okay, now they came back. But like, what happened to the first half of the game where you're not even doing anything? Like you're getting punched on basically, and all of a sudden now it's something because, and this is actually a take that I took from a podcast that I listened to, Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, and it's basically like, yeah, we're talking about how, okay, he came back from all of these wins, but he wouldn't have had to do that if he was just playing good football at the start. So it was like, I mean, yeah, he's good and he's able to do this, that, and the third, but like, chill out, bro. Like, on some shit, like, chill out, bro. It's not even that serious. So, and then of course, people were not believing in Jalen Hurts, the GOAT Jalen Hurts, that he's capable of winning another championship for whatever reason they had. They kept saying that he wasn't able to throw. He threw in a couple games and was winning those games too. He said that he couldn't do this, that, and the third, and he was able to do all of those things. It's just, it's hilarious because it's also like a thing where it's like, if you don't feel like it's necessary to do in that moment, you don't need to do it. Like, you don't have to start throwing because all of a sudden, like, Joe Schmo wants you to do that. Like, he'll show you that he can, which is what that game was when he came out of that game that they won and proceeded. I don't remember what game it was, but he came out of that game and was like, so that's what y'all wanted? That's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to see if I could throw. I did. Like, he can do it. It's just, and I saw a video where he actually said it. He was like it's just the element of what we got to use, like, when the time is right. And I feel like that's just like, that's like a good way of like pushing up the idea of, just because you believe I can't do it doesn't mean I can't do it. It just means I pick and choose when I decide I want to do it, or when the time calls for it. Like, it's not on your dime that I'm going to be able to do this, that, and the third. I'm going to do it when I know it's the thing I need to do at this exact moment. And I feel like that is also like an inspirational thing. And I don't want to go full into that. I very well could, but I feel like it's just like a good way to just show, like, man, y'all over here saying this, that, and the third. I'm going to do this if I decide to. Like, it's all my life at the end of the day. So if it gets to a point where that's where we are, sure. Like, if it gets to the point where that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do. And that's fine. But like, y'all so hell bent on making it seem like I can't do this. You hell bent on making it seem like I can't do that. Now, when I do that, then what? People still gonna say something, so it doesn't even matter. That's why. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go on this on the soapbox real quick. And it's gonna be very quick. If you see that I feel like you should take what Jalen Hurts was dealing with throughout the entire season. You should take that and apply it to your own life, because, and I know this is going to sound crazy out like from everybody else listening, but whatever. This man is consistently being told that, he isn't even able to do this, that, and the third. He's not even able to throw. He's not able to do this. He's not even able to do that. And then he does it, and people proceed to make it seem like it's like, it's just a one-time thing. He can't do this, that, and the third. He decides, if the time is right, if the time calls for it, I'm going to do this. But I'm not going to do this because all of a sudden you want me to do it. I'm not going to make my entire thing throwing the ball when I don't need to throw the ball. If I see a lane open for Saquon, I'm going to do that. If I see a lane open for Saquon, I'm going to let him rush. I don't care. If I see an open lane, if I call a play and I see an open lane for him, I'm going to do that so that he can get that opportunity to do what he needs to do. But I'm not going to make it seem like, I'm just going to do this just so that, the fans can be happy. He might have done that for that one game, but aside from that, man, that nigga, that man literally was like, man, let me throw for these people. You know what I'm saying? Let me do that. But my whole point is, like, you should be able to see that and be like, you know what? Just because they wanted him to do this, that, and the third didn't mean he needed to do it. He decided to do it when he realized that's what the team needed, or that's what the team required to win. And I feel like that should be, there's some type of motivation in there that you should take, and I feel like you should. This podcast definitely has had elements of talking about motivational things. So, I mean, it kind of fits that I'm talking about it. Like, it's definitely a moment where you're like, yeah, I see what I'm able to do. I see what's capable. I see what other people want me to do, but I'm gonna figure out what I need to do, what I want to do. Because it's all about you at the end of the day. You can't go over and expect to follow what all these other people who don't even matter want you to do. These commentators want you to do. The fans want you to do. The anti-fans that want you to do something. You should be able to, like, you know what? If this is the thing that's going to help us win, I'm gonna go for that. And I'm gonna do a good damn job. And he did that in the game. He did a fantastic job. And we're gonna get into the stats right, like, at the end of this little pregame moment. But the next point that I had was they kept thinking that if Barkley didn't do good, the Eagles will fall. In my opinion, and I'm gonna get further into it, they really made it seem like it seemed like the rest of the world really thought that the only way the Eagles were going to win is if Saquon was doing every single thing in the world. If Saquon was just doing everything that he was doing in the other games. Clearly, if you was watching the game, and I'm going to get into it, we do not need Saquon. He's a great asset, fantastic asset. One of my, like, since I'm getting into football right now, which is like, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not, and you're the one of those, like, if you ain't watched football like for this long, you can't even really have a take on it like that. You just got into it. Nah, let's really get into it. I have always enjoyed football. It's just the concept of I wasn't like focused on football. I'm not really a sports individual. So when I'm watching sports, it's normally with my brother who really is into it. So now that I'm like starting to get more into it, and it was my favorite team anyway, like that I grew up being a fan of, it's not even like I was bandwagoning. It's a group that my brother Pierre quite literally kind of trained me into as I was growing up. Not really trained, but like I was an Eagles, like my family's Eagles fans. And from watching the games in the time that I've been alive, I've enjoyed watching their games. Granted, they are, you say what you want about the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about the games. But at the end of the day, they were winning in most of their games. Aside from that one season, they were winning for most of the games. So, of course, that's where I gravitated to. And it's from where I grew up. So it is what it is. But my whole point is Saquon is like, he's now one of my favorites, because like he was going so crazy this season. And they thought that if Saquon wasn't the one that was doing everything, the Eagles was going to fall. No doubt about it. The Eagles was going to fall. And clearly with this game, that was not the case at the fuck all. Not in a single moment was that the case. And then the next thing I wanted to say was that the commentators kept saying things that about the team, knowing damn well that the Eagles were good as fuck and are capable of doing wonders. They're capable of doing what they needed to do in order to win. If you've seen the entirety of this season, you would have seen, especially with these 2 weeks that they had, oh yeah, they was gonna pull out all the stops and make sure that they was able to win this game. Excuse me. And they literally made sure to do that. And it was able to get to a point where it's like, yo, like, we in here now. This is where we're supposed to be. This is where we needed to be. And now we have people that are actually going to help us get there. We have Saquon. We have Cooper DeJean. We have all these different other players, Brandon Graham. We have all these different other players that are going to help us get to that point. And every single person on the team did their job. And hey man, give a clap up for the Eagles on God. Like, clap up for the Eagles on God, bro. Like, on God. That was literally the most fun I ever had watching that game. That, like, I was having so much fun watching the game. But yeah, let's get into the game now that we've gotten through all the preamble and all that type of stuff. Let's get into it. This was a complete and utter fucking ass whooping. Let's just say it again, one for the one time. That was, oh my God, that shit was hilarious. It was by far the funniest game I've ever watched between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Oh my God. So remember, the score was 40-22, and man, oh man, this was a great one. So off the bat, I just want to say happy birthday. Like, on that day, it was Cooper DeJean's birthday. Let's just really get that in the fold. That was his birthday. Just claps up for that. This man, bro, I don't remember what part of the game. I think it was the first quarter, the second quarter. I don't even remember. But all I saw was Mahomes throw the ball. All of a sudden, Cooper grabbed it. And immediately, I was just screaming, interception! And as I was getting finished with the word interception, he started running all the way back home. I said, Cooper! Coop! This man literally got a pick six on his birthday at the Super Bowl. Are you serious? That is crazy. Claps up for him again! Sorry, if you came onto this podcast not expecting like super glaze from the Eagles, hey man, that's my team. Fuck it. It is what it is, bro. But yeah, like, that was such a great like start to the game, basically. And it was something insane. But aside from Cooper DeJean getting that pick six, there was like 8 sacks. The D line, the defensive line, quite literally, you can say what you want about the Eagles, about that game. And I might agree with the concept. The Eagles defense, they won the game. Oh God. There was like 8 sacks. They made, I know it was a fact that they saw that one moment where everybody started piling on top of Mahomes, and it was like, oh, this nigga just needs pressure and you're going, and he ain't gonna throw the ball? I bet. You know, all we need to do is put pressure on Mahomes, and all of a sudden he's fucking wiggling his feet like, okay, that's fine. We could just do that the entire time. And they made sure to do that and put belt to that man's ass. And you could tell the entire time this man, Mahomes, was crying at one point. And it was just like, bro, like, come on now. Like, we're not going to let you do that, bro. We're not going to just let you get away with that. We're going to, we found your weakness. We found the chink in your armor, and we used that to mutilate. Like, oh my God, that was such a crazy time. And every single time you saw another sack, I was just like, oh, damn. Damn, that shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And oh my God, there was just so many different moments. And there was another point where they were doing the tush push. And I think, yeah, somebody got us to the to the 1 yard line. And I was like, oh, time for the tush push. And then I posted on my story. I was like, if you don't like the tush push, fucking stop it. Like, come on now. Like, come on now. That's the move that everybody is trying to replicate, and nobody has found a way to stop it. Or like, somebody probably has, but it's the move that we figured out works. And everybody has yet to stop it, even though they hate it so much. Find a way to stop it, and maybe we gonna stop using it. We don't even have to use it. Real shit, we don't even have to use it. if we don't use that shit again, that would be perfectly fine. Because that was a golden year for that play. On God, we were using that shit every time, and you niggas could not find a way. That shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. But So moving on, the Chiefs basically, aside from all of those first two things I just said, they did not score a point until the third quarter. The end of the third quarter, there was like 5 minutes left, and then they finally scored a touchdown. They, like the Chiefs and Mahomes, they were not able to do anything. That was insane. Like I said from the sacks, the D-line literally was doing their job. There was 4 people on Mahomes the entire time. The one of them literally made the other one of the other people on the field like damn near tackle Patrick Mahomes on their team. Like, it was such a crazy fucking time just seeing that. It was just like he wasn't able to do anything, and you can see it in his face. He was trying so hard to find something and barely got an opportunity to actually get a good pass in until the third quarter. And even then, at that point, niggas was like, all right, bro. At this point, it's like 30-6. It's over. The game is over at this point. There's no reason to even, you know what I'm saying? So then after that, this is the part where I talk about Saquon. They made sure to make sure Saquon was not able to move. And you could tell that, personally, I could tell that they made sure to like really hone in on making it so that Saquon couldn't get like major plays. And that was fine because of what Saquon did. He got 25 carries and 57 yards. He was still able to get in there. Like, he was still able to get those yards in, get us closer to the goal so that either Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, or what's the other dude's name? Bond or somebody made it so that we could just do what we needed to do and get to the goal. Like, even if it's just him that y'all decide to like shoot down, we have some good other motherfuckers on our team. It's not just like, oh, you knock him down, you knock the Eagles down, and you just gonna ice us. No, we have crazy other niggas on our team that'll make sure that we get a goal no matter what. Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. So yeah, that was just something that was insane. Just to see that they like locked him down for the majority of the time. Meanwhile, we still got AJ Brown getting crazy passes, Devontae Smith getting crazy passes. I think Jalen Hurts got one him damn self. Actually no. Like, I have the stat, like some of the stats actually right here. Jalen Hurts completed 17 of 22 passes for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. And he got a TD himself with 11 carries for 72 rushing yards. I'm telling you, this team was some dogs. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This team was some dogs. And this is the part where, you know what I'm saying, they kept thinking, oh, they were gonna come back from a 20-point deficit. They did not. They did not come back whatsoever. I mean, at the end of the game, it was 40-22. They got a couple points, but by the time it got to the end of the game, didn't nobody care about them bitch ass like little points. I mean, we wanted them to stay at 6. We wanted them to stay at 0. Let's be honest. We wanted them to stay at 0 the entire time. We could have actually done that, but I feel like at that point niggas was just like, all right, game over. Let's get the rest of these niggas on the team so that, you know what I'm saying, they could get their little shit in, whatever, fine. You know what I'm saying, kicking the horse while they down, because oh my god, they were down. There was one point, I think I didn't even talk about it with the brotherly shove or whatever it's called. After they ended up doing it, you could tell that it was something serious, because you basically had 400 pound buff ass niggas beating the shit, pushing the shit out of everybody on the Chiefs team to get Jalen in there. And you saw one of them like when they were getting like I think they were getting like a massage on the muscle in the back of the neck. He was over here crying and shit. I'm like, damn. That shit was hilarious, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They was not able to fucking do anything, bro. I don't even know. This is insane. And this is all coming from a person who is not like well versed, not like having years under my belt watching sports and all that type of stuff. I was watching football whenever my brother was on. So I mean, I'm kind of getting like all of my enjoyment from my brother. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pierre. Shout out to Pierre. Really appreciate him for doing that. Because I've always enjoyed football more than I've enjoyed anything else. So, I mean, I like it. So yeah, then the final 2 points I had when it came to this game was, and this is me being completely honest, if you are a Chiefs fan or you just don't like the Eagles, or even if you just don't like you don't like either teams and you don't even care, that game was so goddamn boring. I can only imagine how boring it was, because of course it's going to be boring with the amount of BTA that you were seeing throughout the entire game. Of course it was going to be boring. You were seeing Devontae Smith get crazy ass passes. You were seeing Dallas Goedert get a pass. Dallas Goedert get a pass. I think I actually misspoke and said somebody else's name wrong, but apologies for that. But like, you saw the amount of stuff that our team was able to do, and and of course, you know what I mean? That's really all I'm trying to say. Of course you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to get any type of enjoyment from a game like that. And you know what I'm saying? Damn, you know what I'm saying? That sucks. Sorry. Sorry about that. That shit crazy. And then finally, to really put a nice bow on this little topic right here, me and my brother as well, we put down a parlay for this game. You know, it was a $5 parlay. You know what I'm saying? We both would have won a slight little bit of money. Neither of our plays hit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, they didn't give any real chances to Saquon really do anything. But hey, man, aside from, I don't even care. To be honest with you, it was cool. Once it got to the half, to the end of quarter 4, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, fuck the parlay. I don't care. Claps for the Eagles. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Claps to the Eagles, because they literally just got us our second ring, and that is all that matters. That shit is amazing. Thank you to the Eagles for being my favorite team. Okay, now for the next topic, the main thing that I was even, aside from seeing my team win so gracefully, this other thing that I was so excited for was the halftime show with Kendrick. I enjoyed it, actually. I enjoyed many different moments of it, and we'll get towards it. I really enjoyed Uncle Sam, the Samuel L. Jackson being Uncle Sam. It was a good touch. And it was like a game-like stage that they were on, and it was like, oh, do you know how to play the game of being I think it was just like the game of being a black man, a black artist in America, like what you have to do in order to fit in, or what you have to do in order to get the graces of all these other people. And I found it really interesting, the entire thing, and I really enjoyed it. So we can go through the set list real quick. So it started off with the unreleased song that dropped when GNX actually came out. The album GNX came out, so it was the Body for Body song where he was like sitting on top of the GNX car and just rapping the song. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish that song was out. I feel like that song would be hard. And it was an extended version that from what we previously heard. So I mean, it was different, but hey, I liked it, and I wish that it actually dropped. So hopefully he actually drops that as a song for real. Then it transitioned into Squabble Up. Fantastic song. I'm so happy that they actually performed that. It was a solid song. I really enjoyed listening to it, and also I truly feel like he performed it pretty well. They did say that there was definitely a lot of people saying that the vocals on him and even SZA were not the most clear or the greatest, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I feel like it was perfectly fine. Also, I mean, you know the song already, so I mean, I didn't feel like it was really that serious. So then after that, it transitioned into, I think it went to Samuel L. Jackson again. He started saying some more stuff, and then it ended up going to Humble, DNA. People didn't really like the fact that he went to these two old songs. They wanted him to play all of his old hits. I don't know why you would why he would do that. It doesn't make sense to me for him to do that, especially since he just went on tour like literally a couple months prior, and he's about to go on tour again in the next couple of months, or he's already on tour right now. So he did Humble and DNA, songs that everybody has already heard before, and then he went into Euphoria, the first diss track that he ever put out. Not ever put out, but the first diss track that he put out against Drake. He did Euphoria, great song. I still to this day think that probably was one of the best songs that was throughout the entire beef. And that's not even being biased. I've heard Drake fans saying that was the best or one of the best songs throughout the entire thing. And then even the other diss track that Drake had was another one of the best, probably right under Euphoria, in my personal opinion. Then it went into Man at the Garden. I actually really liked the way that he performed this song. It was just like him and a couple of him at the end of a street corner. Where there's a light post, and it was just like him at the block with all types of black men, like just different hairstyles and all just like kind of beatboxing and freestyling type of energy. But it was just like Man of the Garden, the I Deserve It All song. So it was just like it was very interesting to see him just perform it that way, because I don't think I would have expected it to be that way or any other way. So I mean, I enjoyed how he did that. I really, really like that. So far with this whole thing, I actually I really enjoyed the whole set list. And then he went to Peekaboo, another great song, and he ended up actually rapping AZ CHEIFS' verse. Solid verse too. I love that verse. And I actually saw a clip of AZ CHEIFS reacting to him actually rapping the lyrics, and it was just like so wholesome to see like Kendrick shouting out somebody that he's worked with, like without him actually being there. Even though he wasn't there, it was just like, oh my God, why didn't you bring him out? Whatever. It was still great to see that he still gave a shout out in a way to AZ CHEIFS for that verse that he had on that song. Because really and truly, I feel like that song and even the other songs that are on the album definitely shouted out the work that other people that he is close to, or other people from his part of town, like that were on the album, he shouted them out in a certain way. So I felt like that was really good, and it's a very Kendrick thing to do, like bringing in the culture with everything that he does. Now for the part that I wasn't really I didn't want him to do it, right? And I'm pretty sure I voiced this on the other episode where I said that I didn't want him really and truly to do it, because I felt like it was going to be like, okay, we get it. The song is super popular and everybody knows the A minor part, this, that, and the third. I'm talking about Not Like Us. And I was just like, I don't know. I feel like he was over it at that point. I feel like after he won the Grammys for it, he was like, all right, cool. We not even like, that song has done its damage. We moving on. But honestly, the way he did it, because he knew that everybody wanted to hear the song at the Super Bowl, so he was like, all right. So he teased it at first. And actually, contrary to everybody else's points, I liked the fact that he teased it. He didn't immediately go into it. I liked that because, and I think I liked it because it just like the way that he did it. It was like he after finishing Peekaboo, he came over to like this group of four ladies, and they was like they started talking, and he basically said, you know, I want to play their favorite song, but you know they like to sue, and he looked in the camera, and just to allude to the whole thing that's going on with the lawsuits and all that stuff that Drake might have dropped at this point. I think I saw a article about that. I don't know. I don't even know about that. So that could be like something I talk about next episode. But yeah, he teased it, and he was like they know, they love to sue, and he started teasing it a little bit more, and he was like, you know what, ladies, do me the solid. So then that's when he brings in SZA and does Luther, which is still one of my favorite songs on that album. I love whenever Kendrick and SZA get on a song together. They did All the Stars right after, and I love the other song that they did, Doves in the Wind. I like that song too. They've done a lot of great songs together, and this is no different. I really enjoyed it. And then Uncle Sam once again comes back and says, "Oh, that's what they want. That's what everybody wants. That's what they want you to hear. They want you to play. They don't want you to play all that wild, reckless ghetto stuff. Like you got to play that real that stuff that everybody is going to enjoy." And then as he's in the middle of saying that, that's when he starts going into the "Not Like Us" song again. And honestly, pause on this real quick. I don't like how people are making it seem like, oh, like why are you teasing it? Like, why are you just like doing it over and over again? He teased it once and then went into the song after. Excuse me. He went into the song after. So like, what are you talking about? And also, like, do you really think that after Peekaboo he was supposed to do "Not Like Us" and then immediately go into the stuff with SZA? No, it makes sense for him to tease it a little bit, and it's like, nah, I'm not gonna give you that right now because there's SZA, who I'm also here with, who is the guest appearance that's there. And like, I was just like, it low key, even though I didn't want him to do it, the way he did it actually was, I found it really acceptable. I really enjoyed the way he did it, and I felt like it was tasteful. I felt like it was the right way to go, instead of just like jumping right into "Not Like Us" right after Peekaboo. But then we finally get into Peekaboo. We finally get into "Not Like Us," and then I wrote down the couple of the lines before he actually starts it, and he said, "It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the flow," and then the song starts playing. It's just like the little dun 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 at the start. 40 acres in a mew. This is bigger than the music. They try to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. And then he smiles at the camera, which was so funny because it alludes to the lawsuit and them and Kendrick's basically saying that no, they didn't inflate my numbers. It's the influence that I have. It's the influence that the culture has. It literally is the reason why all of these songs that I made got as much notoriety that they did. It's not because granted, a button could have been pushed, but majority of the world was listening to "Not Like Us." A majority of the world was listening when Kendrick and Drake were going back and forth. Let's not act like it was just like the only reason why these songs went popular is because Spotify and Apple Music and those songs is the reason that those places are the reason why these songs went popular. No, it's because Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick fucking Lamar. He is a person that is going to genuinely have some people listen whenever he drops. Kendrick Lamar is an artist where if he drops a single song, you are going to hear it. There's no way. When Humble came out, that was the most popular song in a while. DNA, popular song in a while. Loyalty with Rihanna. You heard every single song. You heard All Right a lot of the times. You heard To Pimp a Butterfly, the album, not even just All Right. The album, you heard about that album every day. That was one of the top 50 albums of the year of the decade even. That's top 50 albums of all time. Everyone loves that fucking album. And you're making it seem like Kendrick is just this underground rapper that all of a sudden everybody likes. No, that niggas fucked with Kendrick Lamar for a while. That's why he's in the big three. All of a sudden, actually, let me take that back before Kendrick come at me. He's not big three. He is one, apparently. That nigga is one. That nigga is amazing. Full glaze. I don't care what you gotta say. You can say whatever you want. Kendrick Lamar is one of the most top 3 best rappers in my opinion. You can argue dead or alive. You can argue that, whatever. But in my personal opinion, obviously I'm a young man, so I have my own way of thinking, and I'm not going to be talking about fucking Tupac and all these other artists. Yes, I'm fully aware that they're amazing. I listened to Jay-Z while I was here. He actually he might be, you know what I'm saying, he's in there too. But like, come on, like there's a reason why he has so much notoriety. So let's not make it seem like he's faking the influence that he has just because they pressed a button. They might have pressed a button and added an extra 2 million, but nigga, that song, I could look that up right now. Let me see how many streams Not Like Us ended up having. There's no way that it's anywhere less than like 9 digits. There's no way. Or I might be gassing it. I might definitely be gassing it, but like it's not like you are sitting here like we're not gonna sit here and act like he is not who he is. Like, come on now. The song has 1.24 billion streams. Let's not act like Kendrick Lamar isn't going to have millions and millions and millions of fucking people listening to his music. Can we please stop? Can we please stop? People are listening to this album. People are listening to these songs. You're making it seem like he's just this Joe Schmo, the person that just never really had anything popular before. No, that nigga is him. He is a fantastic fucking artist. He's a fantastic rapper. And people are going to hear what I'm saying right now and be like, oh my God, you're glazing. Oh my God, you're glazing. Nigga, you quite most like, no, I'm about to go on a whole tangent. You probably listen to fucking Playboy Cardi and some stupid shit like that. Granted, Playboy Cardi kind of hard though. Playboy Cardi kind of hard though. You know what I'm saying? I listened to a couple Playboy Cardi songs, a couple features. That nigga kind of cool. His songs is pretty cool. But like, let's not act like, oh, he's so much better. Like, just because Kendrick Lamar came out with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers and you didn't want to listen to that fucking album, okay. You still have a plethora of other albums that he's dropped that have went so fucking hard. Like, can we not make it seem like it's just like, oh, this is the one time? Can we not do that? Can we be serious? All right, but I'm getting too much into all that extra shit. Then the song starts and throughout the entire time is just like I was hyped throughout the entire song, and then he got to the Say Drake, and oh man, that was crazy. He smiled at the fucking camera. The most devious smile you've ever seen. This man literally, it's the quickness that he went. That's the problem. It's not even the fact that he said it. It's the quickness that he said it and turned his head to the camera. Like, my nigga, don't look at me like that. No, you're not allowed to look at me like that. You evil nigga. Like, you have been dancing on this man's grave for a year straight. You need to stop. This is torture. Stop it. This is not okay. Stop it. Stop, Kendrick. Chill the fuck out. This nigga Willie to throw him. Say Drake and looked at the camera fast as shit and smiled. I hear you like I'm young. He got real hype on it. Oh my God, this is just disrespectful. Everybody in the world is listening to this. Not everybody in the world, but everybody in the States are listening to this shit right now, watching this shit. This is the most disrespectful dance on your grave ass shit that I've ever seen. On God, like, this is the most disrespectful thing I've literally ever seen. I ain't gonna lie. And then people are speculating that with the little chain that he had, that he was doing the A minor thing, and even the fact that like on his website he was selling, I think, shirts that have kids reaching up to the A. There's different theories and stuff about that, but I feel like it was just like I thought it was just like a PG Lang regular thing, but I mean there definitely could be that as well. They ended up screaming A minor. Granted, the sound people obviously weren't the best throughout the entire performance, but like that you could still hear the amount of fucking people in that stadium that were screaming those lyrics. And then there was Serena Walker, I think her last name is. I'm so crazy for not remembering Serena's last name. Serena Williams. Holy mother of God. I'm cutting that out. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not doing that. But yeah, just raw and uncut, man. Y'all know me. But yeah, she ends up crip walking to it, and there was a funny little question about that. It was like, if you're her husband, right? And Kendrick Lamar is like, yo, you want to sea walk about Drake? Feel like in a certain sense, she like, that's kind of crazy. Like from the outside looking in, that's kind of crazy. But I mean, no one gives a fuck really and truly. And then for the final song, he ended up doing TV Off, and that was such a great performance. And he ended up doing the third verse that was on the song. Ended up bringing out Mustard as the entire stadium was screaming his name. That was just like, and he even had like an M for Mustard shirt, chain as well. It was dope as hell. Apparently in the background of the performance there was the Free Palestine little note or little thing. I think it was a flag. Yeah, it was a flag for Free Palestine, which was a great thing. And then at the end, he smiled as he was walking away from the camera. He smiled and looked and pointed at the camera, or at Drake, he was smiling and looking at Drake like, ha, nigga. So yeah, that was something that I found really, really enjoyable about, like, I found that whole performance really enjoyable. Even though I didn't really want him to do the performance of Not Like Us, I wasn't mad at it during watching it. I wasn't mad. I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I ain't mad at it. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations to Kendrick for even getting the opportunity to do that. And he's going on tour very soon as well. So, yeah, with SZA. So, I mean, it's definitely a good precursor before they end up going on the road. They probably could be absolutely on the road right now. That was only like 3-4 weeks ago. But that's enough of the football and Super Bowl Sunday topic. As you can tell, I really, really enjoyed that day, and my birthday was right after that, or not right after, but the week after. And great birthday as well. My girlfriend made cupcakes, and we just chilled and watched some stuff and just enjoyed the weekend together. And she got me some good stuff as well. So I mean, even the headphones I'm currently wearing, that's from her. And I, once again, shout out to baby. Shout out to love of my life. I really appreciate her for that. Yeah, she's fucking great. But now we're going to move on to talking about some of the albums that I've been listening to. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple weeks since I've been gone. So of course I'm going to start talking about listening to music and stuff like that. So the first album that I was listening to actually a couple of days ago was Friday's new album called Some Days I'm Good, Some Days I'm Not. And Friday is actually an artist coming out of let me figure out where he's from real quick. I know he's from Philly. Yeah, he's from Philadelphia. And he has a very religious background. He started his time in Def Jam in the early 20s. And he took him off, and then he was writing and doing stuff for Chris Brown and DJ Khaled's God Did song. And then a song with Lil Baby. And it's just him doing more stuff like that. And he made songs like Baddest in the Room, or even he made the song, let me remember. I'm trying to remember what song he made. It was, Don't Give It Away by him and, Chris Brown as well. And When It Comes to You. So yeah, he dropped the song called, he dropped an album called Some Days I'm Good, Some Days I'm Not. I really enjoyed this album, like through and through. It was as you can see, like you could definitely tell from the album, he has a very religious background. So, I mean, it was a lot of like soulful music. It was a lot of big orchestras, big voices, and like very like orchestral, like, yeah, I'm saying the same thing over and over again. It was like orchestral music, and it was just a very great vibe to listen to. It was just like very heavenly. Like it fit for what he was trying to look for, and I think he did a great job through and through. It was a very solid album. Some of the songs that I really enjoyed off there was Sun Comes Down, Never Leave You, Saving My Love with Kehlani. That was a great song. That was the first song I think I listened to on the album, because I think I went straight to like the fifth song, because I mean I have this little thing where like it's normally like the fifth song is always like a banger, so I like listen to the fifth song first. But actually the fifth song was a song with Wale called Shotgun. That was a good song as well. Then there was another song called One Call Away with Chris Brown. Yeah, like I feel like because Friday actually wrote for Chris Brown at one point, whenever they have a song together, even like Don't Give It Away, their chemistry on a song is fantastic. So like them coming back and coming out with a song called One Call Away, great. Enjoyed it so much. Their vocals meshed very well. The choruses were catchy. The subject matter was very interesting. It was just, I enjoyed it, man. Like it was very, very cool. Very, very cool. So then we have an artist next that I was listening to recently who dropped an album, and his name is Eam Triplin. He is more of like an R&B artist. He's kind of he's rapping and singing. He has a very like interesting vocal range that he has. He's also a producer and all of that type of stuff, and he's actually from Pennsylvania as well. So yeah, he just dropped an album called Melody of a Memory, and I love this entire album actually. Like from top to bottom, it was a great album. It's been on repeat actually for the past couple of days. And a couple of my favorite songs that I have on there, Duya, Duya, very good song, good catchy vibe and all that type of stuff. The beat was fantastic on that song. I enjoyed it. Fiance, spelled Beyonce but without the B and it's just the F. And it's basically that entire song. He's kind of just like giving a shout out to different female artists who he like has a liking towards, and I enjoyed it just based off the fact that like he's just going through all these different really great artists and it's kind of giving them a shout out, paying on them homage to their names and stuff like that. Then there was Miss Me, and then I really like that song actually. That song was the most repeated out of this entire album for me aside from Duya. And then Fiji with Cruza, which was a great song. Cruza has some great vocals on there. I'm very interested to see what happens next with this artist. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope that you guys go ahead and listen to these albums and stuff every time I like recommend you guys one, because I pride myself in kind of knowing exactly or at least not exactly, but knowing some great music. So I mean, hopefully if you guys do decide to listen to these albums, that you guys like enjoy it. So next we have Duran Bernard, who is an American R&B singer and songwriter who has worked extensively as a backing singer for Erykah Badu in his in addition to his own solo career that he's currently going on right now. He's from Cleveland, Ohio, and yeah, he just came out with an album called Bloom. And hey man, I fully recommend y'all go listen to Duran Bernard. I'm almost positive I actually talked about his work like a couple like way back into the start of these podcast. There was a song, I don't remember exactly what the name of the song was, but I mean, like when it comes to his vocals and the songs that he has and the subject matter that he has and all of the instrumentation that he normally has on the songs and the features even too, he is a great freaking artist, and I thoroughly recommend you guys to listen to anything that he drops, because I have enjoyed every single one nonstop. So with this album, it was nothing different. There was a song called Generous. I'm sorry. Great song. Flounce with God. Great song. This song, Overqualified, constantly on repeat. I don't even know what it is. It's just constantly on repeat for me. His vocals are great. It's a long song too, so I mean, it stays for a little while, and it's a good vibe. And he's talking about basically feeling like he's overqualified to do this, that, and the third, and it ends up hurting him in the long run. And it's very interesting to listen to, and it's, like I said, great vocals and instruments, fantastic. Music video is actually pretty good too. So like, yes, go listen to this song if you need to. I mean, if you find time to. And then there's a song called That he has with my favorite artist at the current moment, T-Pain. T-Pain wrote the song as well. He wrote the song as well as produced it as well. And amen to that song, man. I love that song. T-Pain has a great verse on there. Their vocals mesh very well together. The chorus is super catchy. And it's just like a fun little song that you jump up and dance to. I think it's just like it's a good vibe. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys listen to it as well. Yeah, all of those just came out very recently, so you guys should definitely have some good time listening to those albums. So yeah, now that we've gotten past the albums, we can go into some of the songs that I've been listening to, just like the solo songs that I've been listening to. Coco Jones just came out with a song called Taste. It's a great song, fantastic vocals, like I said before, like I said for these other artists, fantastic vocals. There was a sample from the Toxic song by Britney Spears. I really think she did a fantastic job with it. And the music video is pretty interesting as well. Pretty good. Yeah, I just feel like Coco Jones is definitely going more into like getting more in her bag. Like I've been enjoying everything she's put out, every verse that she has, even the verse that she has on the past album, on another album I don't even think I got a chance to talk about, which was I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 from Teddy Swims. That was man, go listen to that album today, right now. Every song on that album is fantastic. I will say though, there is a Glorilla feature, which, and I might talk about that if like more in a different episode, whatever. But I didn't quite feel like that verse was like, I don't think that verse made sense for the song. Love to Glorilla and all that stuff like that. Give claps to her. Definitely give claps to her. But I do think that when it comes down to just like if it fit in the song with Coco Jones and Teddy Swims, I don't think it fit. It was still a good verse, like if it was just on its own and on a different song. It just feels like currently they're trying to. It just feels like different artists are trying to like just kind of fit her into different music genres or different areas, and sometimes it doesn't work. So I hope the more that she ends up having different verses on different songs, that it like ends up fitting with the song that's being listened to. The name of the song I'm talking about is She's Got It. So if you guys are interested in knowing what I mean by that, definitely go listen to yourselves and even give your own opinions. You can let me know by going ahead and following the Zoom Out podcast on Instagram, and just DM me and just give me your pointers on what you think about the song. Me personally, I just kind of didn't feel like it meshed, but definitely go listen. But I got a little bit off topic. Definitely go listen to that album by Teddy Swims. Fantastic album through and through. Enjoyed it so much. There's a feature from I'm forgetting her name. But it's a song called Black and White. I can find it very quickly if I just look real quick. But yeah, it's very good. And hopefully you guys decide to listen to it and enjoy it. Money Long is her name. And then there's a song that he has on there called Are You Even Real, with that Teddy Swims has on there called Are You Even Real by him and Giveon. And yeah, there's other songs on there that are pretty good. You're Kinda Crazy is one of my favorites. Bad Dreams is another one of my favorites. Guilty, It Ain't Easy. If You Ever Change Your Mind, She Loves the Rain. Like I'm telling you, start to finish, fantastic album. So yeah, please go listen to those albums. You will most likely enjoy it. But yeah, back to this Taste song by Coco Jones. I enjoyed it so much, and I hope you do as well. It almost made me actually go back and listen to the Toxic song, because I forgot how much I actually enjoyed that song as well. Sonically pleasing, great instrumentation. The breakdown of the Coco Jones Taste song, very good. It was a vibe. And yeah, I hope you guys do ahead and listen to that song right there. And she's also coming out with an album very soon called Why Not More. So I'm actually very excited to listen to that. And hopefully I will be able to remember to talk about it on this podcast when it drops. So yeah. Then we have Rex Life Rage, who I've been listening to for a while now, who just came out with a song called Narrated by Me. It was a very motivational song in my opinion, because he's saying certain things that are like very much, I'm the poet, I'm the writer, I'm the nigga catch out of dust. Like it just feels like it's more of it kind of has the same vibe as Man at the Garden, where it's just kind of like building yourself up and being like, this is me, like this is my life, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I'm doing, so this is who I am. So this whole story that is being told is being narrated by me, my story being narrated by me. So it was really good, and there was bars on there that were really good. There were vocals that are basically infectious, because Rex Life Rage is a singer and rapper at the same, like he meshes the two. So I mean, it works very, very well, and I really recommend you guys listen to that. And hopefully he ends up coming out with an album, because I will be tuning in as soon as it drops. Then there's Saba, who is still riding around with No ID and No ID and dropping these great songs. He just dropped another one called Woes of the World. The bars are great. as usual, as all these other songs that I've been talking about. Saba's flow has always been one of my favorites, and he doesn't disappoint on this song whatsoever. And the beat is really good. I've started to think that No ID is like one of he's become one of my favorites just off of these songs, because like back to back I've been enjoying all of these songs, like even with Back in Office or something like that. I think that was the name of the song. And then there was a song that came out before this one called what was it called? I'm trying to remember. I apologize. It's called How to Impress God. Every single song so far has been pretty good, like back to back. So hopefully it ends up going, like, hopefully with the album that they end up dropping, it's really good. And one of my favorite bars on the song is, "Who is the GOAT? I want to go toe to toe with her, cause I just know I'm not second to no niggas." I don't know what it is. It's just like, especially, and I mainly say this because right when I was listening to this song, they came out, like when I was on the episode that I was talking about the Grammys, that this song came out right as that was happening, and Doechii just got like the Grammy that she got, and it was just like it was kind of like a cool little moment where it sounded kind of like Saba was giving her a shout out, or he was just like kind of giving women in the industry a shout out, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it very much. And yeah, I'm just really hoping that him and No ID end up coming out with this album, because holy mother of God, every song on here has been a banger. And you know, another ID that I hope drops something. JID, this I just want you to drop a song, man. Just drop a song. I really appreciate it if you do. I've been waiting for you and Metro to drop your album. I've been waiting for you and you to drop an album. You know what I'm saying? Drop another song. The last thing you dropped was the song on YouTube 31 Freestyle. I need new music from you. Like, for real, you're my favorite rapper. Can you lock in, please? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be very appreciative if you could just do that. You know what I mean? Like, it would be really, really cool of you. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I'm saying? I just really need music. And if you don't, I mean, I'm just going to have, all right, whatever. It's fine. Anyway, now I want to go ahead and talk about some other stuff that I've actually started to do since I've been gone. I've been reading recently. I've started to decide that I kind of want to do more than just play my game all day. Just going to be flat out honest with that one. And I decided to go and find some genres that I enjoy. I realized that I enjoy like thriller type of stuff. Like, cause I was watching the Haunting of Hill House like a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed those, and I realized that those were books as well. I haven't gotten the chance to get those books, but I have decided that, you know what, I'm gonna try some thriller books. So I decided to kind of go into that fantasy and thriller, because in the fantasy is mostly because I was like watching Harry Potter and I really enjoyed all those movies. So I decided, you know what I'm saying, I might as well, if I enjoyed these types of movies, I might enjoy these types of books. So the two books that I'm currently reading is called Bloodguard, which is about basically this guy named Laith, who is a gladiator that wants to become a blood guard in order to get money and stuff like that for his dying sister. And he has to go through like rigorous different battles with like elves and dragons and this type of stuff in order to, you know what I'm saying, get to that point where he's able to get money and do this type of stuff for his sister and all that type of stuff. And then there's a female protagonist as well that he ends up connecting with, and they just kind of have a life. They just kind of have their own connections and all that type of stuff. I'm not actually done the book or anything, but that's kind of like the overview. Just in case you guys are curious about that book. It's by C.C. Robson. I keep saying that name wrong. C.C. Robson. And yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying it recently. The book itself looks so pretty. There's it's like, if you look at it from the outside, like not having that book open or anything like that, if you just have it closed, the front of the book is actually very, very nice. I can look at it right now and give you guys like a description of what it looks like. I really do enjoy how it looks. So at the front, it's kind of like a sword going through a crown with a rose kind of vining around the sword, and then there's like leaves and all that type of stuff. It's really nice. And the font looks really good on it. And then the actual like the pages on the outside, like it's all red on the outside, and there's like roses and vines going across it. It's very pretty. I really, really like it. And then on the inside of the book, it's like a picture of the main character, Leith, in his bloodied outfit, who just slayed this dragon with like a spear and all that type of stuff in the middle of a arena. It's really nice, really enjoyable read actually right now. I'm just kind of getting through it. I'm on chapter 12 at the current moment, and this has a solid amount of chapters. So, I mean, I'm hoping I end up getting through this book so I can really give my rating about the book so far, but I really enjoy it. I'm not going to lie to you. And then I've been also reading, and this is the thriller portion. I've been reading a book called The House of Cross by James Patterson. And apparently he is like such a like critically acclaimed book writer and all that type of stuff, so it was even more intriguing for me to see it. And apparently they ended up coming up with a show based on his books. So I mean, yeah, so the book is called The House of Cross. It's a thriller of Alex Cross, who is a detective, and in this book he's basically trying to figure out a murder that's like a couple of murders that are happening in the Supreme Court Justice Division and stuff like that. And it's just like a very interesting way of like it has a very interesting way of like talking about when the moments are happening, and then transitioning from those moments happening to Alex Cross's perspective and all that type of stuff. It's really enjoyable. It's a really good read so far, and I'm hoping to end up finishing that as quickly as possible so that I can end up talking about it on this podcast, because I want to be able to be more versed with the stuff that I've been listening to and reading and all that type of stuff. And I hope that I'm going to really make this another hobby of mine, just reading and trying to get more information, trying to read, like have a more expanded creative mind and all that type of stuff, having the opportunity to think in different ways. So that's the main reason why I started reading, just because like I want to be able to like have more to me than just like, I read book or I listen to music and play game. Like I want to have more to me. So I decided, you know what I'm saying, it's a good time to start reading, finding some genres that I really enjoy, and then being able to come on this podcast and talk about stuff that I enjoy more, because that's what I want to do. That's the things that I love about this podcast. So those two are the main books that I started reading. Another book that I'm going to be starting very soon is a novel by Matthew McConaughey, which is called Green Lights. It's basically like an autobiography of his life and stuff like that. I haven't started it yet. I've flipped through the pages a couple of times, and it's very good. It's a very good looking book. It even has like certain points in the book that kind of just look like he wrote it down in his own handwriting. So, I mean, I'm really intrigued to see how that book's going to be. I might end up starting that book right after I finish one of these other ones. And I also didn't start it yet, but I also have another one of the Alex Cross books. I'm forgetting the name of it, but yeah, I'm very much intrigued in seeing how this story progresses, especially the Alex Cross one, because these books span all the way from 1999. So I want to be able to go through all of this series and be able to read like all of it and really get like the whole idea of Alex Cross and all that type of stuff, because I'm right at the end. This is all books that just came out, so I mean, I'm just now getting into it, so I'm hoping to be able to kind of more immerse myself in the world of books and all that type of stuff. And I will go in depth with all of the books that I like, you know what I'm saying, as I go through with this podcast, and I get to like different and there's gonna be like more episodes that talk about the books that I've been reading, because I'm gonna start even getting to a point where I'm reading a book a day or something like that. Hopefully, I'm very much hoping to be able to do that, because I want to be able to just, you know, have more to me, like I said. So yeah, I'm hoping that I end up getting to that point. And, you know, I really enjoy finding new things to enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm even right now starting to watch the X-Men movies, which I've never watched before. I'm gonna watch the Fantastic movies that I never watched before. I'm actually all the way up until the Wolverine movie. I'm going to be probably watching that right after I get out of here, talking about this podcast. But yeah, I'm really enjoying all of the stuff that I've been currently doing, and I'm hoping actually today I'm going to be reading these books instead of like getting on my game and stuff like that, because I really want to get more into the books. I'm not that far in, and I want to get some progress in that. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do that. You guys will be the first ones to know. I'm now following a person named Smitty1423 on YouTube, and his name is VinoPoppy23 on IG. He's the main person that I've been going to recently for like book suggestions. He has so many different videos on his YouTube, and then suggestions of books that he's read on his Instagram and TikTok, if you still have that. So if you guys have any like want to be like going and reading some good books, I recommend going ahead and tuning into VinoPoppy23. And just I'm gonna give it out to you guys. If you have even a sliver of suggestions for me to read in the coming future, please go ahead and follow the one Zoom Out Pod. That's THE the number 1 ZOOMOUTPOD on Instagram. I will most likely be able to read those, and I'll give you guys your feedback and all that type of stuff. And I really hope that ends up being a fruitful thing. I hope that ends up being something that we connect with, and you can definitely give me some suggestions, and I can get more entrenched into this whole world of reading, because I want to be able to do that. And I want to be able to, be more than a one-sided person. I'm a very creative individual, so I want to be more creative in that type of aspect and be able to do many different things, because it's not going to just stop with me reading these books. I'm probably going to start writing scripts that have some elements of the books that I've been reading or something like that. So I just want to expand my creativity, my creative brain. So hopefully you guys can help me out with that. And so please go follow me on my Instagram page, and we can start talking. So that is kind of all I had today. I decided I really wanted to come back and have a good amount of things to talk about. I felt like I did talk about some pretty interesting things, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode so much. So once again, I figured I might as well let you guys know that it is never going to be my intention to stop this podcast. I am trying so hard to keep going with this podcast. This is the one thing that I've always enjoyed, and you can tell just by the fact that I've been talking for an hour and a half or hour and 20 minutes. But thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Vaughn Johnson Baptiste. I am a college student, and I'm on my last year of the semesters. I'm on the last semester of my year. So I'm really enjoying doing this, and I'm really enjoying being here and just talking to you guys about all the stuff that I really enjoy. I'm hoping that you guys are still having a fantastic day. Please go outside and just enjoy something. If you have a book, please go read it. If you have a movie that you haven't watched yet, go read it. If you have a game that you haven't played, go play it. I don't know, go do something. Go enjoy your life. Listen to some music. Like I said, I just gave you guys some great topics, like some good suggestions. So please go listen to those. Just go do something. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy your day. Enjoy your Thursday. Please come back here next week on Thursday, 2:00, and we will most likely be talking about some more good stuff. I might even go more into the X-Men stuff that I was talking about, or anything else. Thank you so much for stopping by. This has been Vaughn Johnson Baptiste. Peace.